Dividing using the standard algorithm for long division. As we are dividing, you guys need to remember that there are certain steps in order to help you remember what to do next when dividing and making equal groups out of larger numbers. So you guys need to remember that we're going to use this algorithm and write these letters out to the side of our problem each time we set up a new problem. D, M, S, B, D. So as we set up a problem, we're going to rewrite the letters D, M, S, B, D on the side of our page as we solve. Remember, D stands for divide. M stands for multiply. S stands for subtract. And BD stands for bring down. So do we need to bring down a number to continue dividing, or do we need to bring a number up to count it as a remainder, as something that doesn't fit into an equal group, depending on how many groups we're making? All right. So looking at your steps, the standard algorithm is divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down. We're going to take a look at your example that is included in your notes. 3,258 divided by 6. So we're going to follow the steps here in order to help us divide. Now, we're going to use the mnemonic daddy, mama, sister, brother, and dog Rover to help us remember which steps to write. So for our steps, we're going to write D for daddy, M for mommy, S for sister, B for brother, D for dog. So daddy, mommy, sister, brother, dog for D, and Rover for remainder. We're going to use this area here to help us check off those steps as we complete them while we're dividing. All right, so looking at our problem, first we need to ask ourselves, can we divide and make a group of 6 out of the first digit in our problem, 3? Now, if I only have 3, can I make a group of 6? Well, let's think about our multiples of 6. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36. Do you see a group of 3? No, because 6 is too much anyway. So we're going to go ahead we're going to put a 0 here to hold our place since we cannot make a group of 6 out of 3. We're going to use that 0 as our hero. And then we're going to ask ourselves, can you make a group of 6 out of 32? So we're going to extend this line over and then ask ourselves, can I make a group of 6 out of 32? Well, let's look over here back to our multiples. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. 36 would be too many, so we could stop at 30. And we know that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups of 6. Now, I'm going to record that 5 up here above the tens place, or sorry, above the hundreds place, since we made that 32. Because, and I'm going to multiply 5 times 6. So I divided and made groups of 5. And now I'm going to multiply 6 times 5 equals 30. I'm going to put that 30 over here underneath 32 to help me keep track of how many groups I've made and how much we're in each group. So 5 groups equals 30. Then I'm going to sister subtract. 32 minus 30 gives me 2. So when I look at my problem, 32 minus 30, I should have a 2 here underneath 30. Now I'm going to do the next step, bring down. So I have a 5 in the next place value that I haven't used. So I'm going to bring that 5 down next to this 2 to combine those values and say, okay, now I have 25. So I brought down the 5 to make 25. So now I'm saying 25 divided into 6 groups. How many groups of 6 can we make out of 25. So we should check off our step we brought down. Now, do we need to keep going? There's not a remainder because there is still something to divide. So we're going to go back up here to this first step. And I'm going to change colors because this is the second round. And we're going to divide again. So since we're saying how many times will 6 go into 25, I'm going to go over here and look at my multiples. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30 would be too much. So I'm going to stop at 24. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 groups that I made out of 6. All right, now I'm going to multiply. I'm going to say 4 times 6 because I'm repeating each step as we're going. So how many groups did we make? We made 4 groups, and 6 times 4 is 24. So we're going to keep continuing those steps as we multiply. After multiply, we're going to subtract. So we're going to put that 24 here, and we're going to subtract 25 minus 24 equals 1. Now the next step again is to bring down the next number. So we still have an 8 up here we haven't divided by. We're going to bring that 8 down and combine that with a 1. And now we have 18. So when we subtracted, we had 1. We brought down an 8. Now we need to take a look at what's going to happen next. We need to continue making groups of 6 out of 18. So looking back at our multiples, can we divide again? Sure. Let's change colors. So for the next one, we're going to 18. How close can we get? We have 6, 12. Oh, we can make an exact group of 18. So we're going to say, okay, I made 1, 2, 3 groups of 6. And 6 times 3 is 18. Oh, okay. So when I multiplied, I divided and got groups of 3. I multiplied, there are 18 in each group. And now I'm going to subtract. 18 minus 18 would be 0. So I have nothing left over. Now you're going to take a look and ask yourself, can I bring anything down? Well, if we look right here in the place value next to the 8, there's nothing here. So there's nothing left to bring down. So you're finished. You're finished with all of those steps. And then you need to ask yourself, when you finish, did you have a remainder? Well, there was nothing left. There is no remainder. So you have no